Hello there, and welcome back to the Star Wars Showcase YouTube channel. Today's review is dedicated to the Black Series Jabba the Hutt figure. Let's take a look. Now, Jabba, like many of our larger deluxe figures, always begs the question, is this figure worth the money? As this guy is retailing for about $90, which is pretty steep. And what you get with this particular figure is Jabba himself, this kind of background accessory that fits around him, his hookah, and a Salacious B. Crumb. Now, taking a look at Jabba up close, he has a mixture of both plastic and rubber parts. And if you move his plastic arms like this, you can see his mouth actually opens up and down like some of our older figures that used to have motion if you squeeze their legs or push down on their head or something. So Jabba's mouth, as well as kind of the area on his chest here, is kind of made of a softer rubber material, and it's cool to see the mixture of different goods there. His arms, as well as the remainder of his body, are made in a hard plastic. I'm not sure how these materials would stand up over time if they, that rubber perhaps dries out a little bit or gets brittle, but in its current form, it kind of has some nice difference in texture there. And the articulation on his arms, as well as his wrists, is a nice little touch as well. Jabba can kind of move on this little axis you see. I'm rotating him here now, although that does mean the colors on his chest don't really line up anymore. So I think for the most part, he is going to be pretty static, with the exception of those arms and the mouth. The background accessory that we have here comes in two different pieces, so you can just clip that together nice and easy, and it actually fits quite snugly to the shape of his body behind him. So once you stack up the hookah in that little holder, you kind of get a very nice display look for him here. And the hookah is a nice little bit of plastic there. We get some different texture on there. We also get the more rubbery kind of hose accessory, and it fits quite nicely in his hand and his mouth, again, for that good display option here. Included along with Jabba, of course, is our Salacious B. Crumb figure, and I believe this was released as part of a Galaxy's Edge set. And so this is not the first time we've had Salacious available in the Black Series, but he is pretty nicely detailed for a figure of this size, as he does have articulation in his arms as well as his legs, so he can move around a little bit more and kind of be this obnoxious kind of chirping character in the background, with articulation that allows him to kind of grip or hold on to different things like you imagine a monkey might be able to. Now, if we compare Jabba up to a normal figure, you'll see for his size, he's about 6 inches tall and a bit longer than that when you're looking at the width there. So definitely a bigger figure if you're considering display options. And speaking of display options, we are without a dais or a stand for him to sit on. And I know that is pretty, definitive Jabba, is to have that kind of more throne look to him when he's up on the dais there. So it's sad that we're not able to see that included here, especially considering the elevated price point. So I think you'll have to turn to some 3D printers, as I've seen some folks making things out there. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below if you feel like Jabba justifies the larger price tag that he comes with, or if you feel like this might be one that you got to keep your eye out for maybe a sale or a clearance or a discount or something. So, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your views. These really help grow and support this channel, which I just love doing it as a hobby. So, if you are a fan, please make sure to check out some of our other reviews of Black Series figures, as well as tips and tricks for making action figures of your own.